I'm thinking of a white Christmas. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle. How y'all doing? I'm gonna take this off because this thing is gonna make a bunch of noise. Um, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and all that good stuff. How y'all doing? This is our Christmas episode, and I just wanted to do a Christmas episode because last year I did a Christmas episode for movies with Tay. So for TV shows with Tay, we're gonna do a Christmas episode. Yeah, we just gonna pick something lighthearted. I gave y'all an opportunity to pick something, y'all didn't pick nothing. So this is what we're going with. Whatever I chose, which is what you guys are gonna find out. I'm a little delirious because I'm kind of tired and still kind of getting over some stuff. So if I sound delusional, sorry. Um, y'all like my Christmas get up? Huh? You like it? You like my Christmas? These pants are big as shit, by the way. My little Christmas blanket in the background. My Christmas hat. I was gonna wear the other one, but I wasn't for sure because I changed the outfit last minute. I was like, I'll just wear this one because this one matches this better than the other hat would have. But yeah, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. My Christmas gift to y'all is laughter, happiness, and peace, joy, and love. That is my Christmas gift to y'all. Now, my Christmas gift from y'all to me would just to be the same thing y'all always give me: support and love, baby. Support and love. Anywho, let me go here. An hour ago, who was in my front yard an hour ago? Uh, who cares? Yeah, let's jump into today's episode. So, wrong thing. Where is I need to go through all these things and get rid of these. Okay, here we go. So we are talking about on Real Talk with Tay TV shows edition. We're talking about Living Single season 1 episode 15, which is a Christmas episode. So in this Christmas episode, it opens up with Khadijah, um, at her Flavor magazine business, talking to the staff, letting them know pretty much the plans for Christmas and letting them know that their bonus is going to be a Christmas hat or no, excuse me, a Flavor hat for Christmas. And of course, just like any other person, they weren't happy about that. But she was like, if you want a job, you're gonna be happy. So that's their Christmas bonus. Then we got Regine, who's upset because she has to settle for a coach flight versus a first class flight. And then we got Synclaire, who's in the jolly spirit, the Christmas spirit, loving Christmas, thinking of everything Christmas besides herself. Then you got Overton, who's overwhelmed with all the maintenance requests and maintenance orders from the tenants. And then you got Kyle, who's not celebrating Christmas but celebrating Kwanzaa. Um, and which, by the way, I guess in Kwanzaa for Kwanzaa, the gifts that they give are more handmade tradition versus purchasing gifts. So maybe next year I'm gonna do some handmade gifts. Just saying. Um, um, but that's pretty much what's going on with everybody throughout this episode, right? You got everybody thinking of themselves besides Synclaire. And Sinclair's taking in everything that everybody wants. Khadijah, she was talking about a starfish that she always wanted to put on a tree, but her mama told her no. You got Overton, who wanted to be able to watch the little elf that could. You got Regine, who wanted a red Corvette, a wealthy man, and a life of abundance. You got Kyle, who just was into artistic stuff and loves artistic flavor. Oh, I forgot about Miss Maxine. And Miss Maxine, she was also overwhelmed with work because she's an attorney, Maxine at law. But she, um, was in the Nutcracker play, and she wanted to go see it or something like that. I think it was sold out. So all of that stuff is important to the episode because eventually, Khadijah and Synclaire um decide to have everyone over at the apartment for a little Christmas festivities before everybody left for their real Christmas adventures back, going back home. And Khadijah didn't want to at first, but then she agreed. So everybody's over at the house, for Christmas. Max, Kyle, Overton, of course, Khadijah and Sinclair because they live there, and Regine, who lives there as well. So they're all there, kikiing it up and having a good time. We drinking some eggnog, but then Overton gets a page that a tenant needs him, so he leaves first. But he's got a real work emergency because he actually works at the facility of where he, you know, lives. So can't really duck and dodge people like that. So there's his exit. After his exit, um, oh wait, beforehand, in case y'all don't know, Overton and Sinclair kind of got a thing going on. So in this episode, you do get to see a little bit of their little rendezvous, but it's just more like a little kiss, a little flirting, whatever the case may be. Just like Max and Kyle got a little thing for each other. But anyway, so Overton leaves. After Overton leaves, Michael shows up for Max, and Max leaves. Then after Max leaves, Kyle ends up getting a call. Or no, not Kyle. I think it was Regine. Regine gets a call from her job that offers her a bigger commission to come in and sell merchandise. So Regine leaves. Then Kyle leaves because he gets a call from his job, or no, not a call, but he realizes he needs to go to the office for something about at his job, so he leaves. So then it's just Sinclair and Khadijah all over again. Khadijah's like, hey, let's go to the office and, get some more work done, blah, 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 blah. And Sinclair's like, no, I wanted to spend time with you guys, but since y'all lives is more important than spending time with me, I'll just stay here. So Khadijah goes to the office. She makes it there. Her employees is in there kicking and having a damn good time, turning up, drinking liquorified eggnog, and turning up. So Khadijah comes in. She's, doing what a boss does, and then sees the starfish on the tree. She realizes it's from Sinclair. So she tells her staff she's gonna go ahead and head back to the house, and pretty much lets them know that she know they was up there partying, but they better get to work if they're gonna be up there and not just partying on company time, and to also get the eggnog out the file cabinet. So Khadijah goes back. Then oh, who was it? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Hell, I can't remember off the top of my head who's who. I think after Khadijah, Regine found the red Corvette because somebody said they was out of boxes and stuff. She finds a bag. The bag has a little red Corvette in it. So now Regine chucks the deuces to her job and gets the hell up out of there. Then um Max notices a stocking on her fire pit, and inside the stocking is 2 tickets to the Nutcracker. With her and Michael, she still finished her rendezvous with Michael though, because she was like, Sinclair can wait. I need to rattle some sheets. So Max got them sheets rattling and then went, and dipped. And then after that, you see all the girls pull up. Khadijah, Regine, and Max. You see all three of them pull up. As they're pulling up, Kyle pulls up, and he, was there the same reason why they were there. They opened the door. Overton sitting on the couch, all sad and whoopee, 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 because Sinclair's not there. She left. And while they all get in there, they all like, well, we came to say thank you to Sinclair, but she ain't here. So Overton reads her note, all sad and act like he don't know where Sinclair is. When the whole time Sinclair wrote a map on the goddamn note, so they knew where to find her at. Well, they all pack up and run to the bar. So Sinclair went to a bar because she was looking for some friends. Her friends left her, her cousin left her, so she went, and her man left her. So she goes to the bar, makes new friends. Kiki ended up with them, and they're singing jolly Christmas songs, telling them her Christmas stories and history and all this other good shit. And they all eating it up, mainly because they're probably drunk. but they're eating it up. So Khadijah, Sinclaire, not Sinclaire, Khadijah, Max, Regine, Kyle, and Overton all pull up and to the bar. They make amends. They become back one as family, Kiki and in each other's face, right? And Sinclair and Overton ended up watching The Little Elf That Could. They ended up watching that together. But the reason why I wanted to talk about this Christmas episode in particular, because one, I gave y'all like six and nobody picked one, so I just picked the one that I really wanted to look at. Because I love Living Single. Living Single is a good show. But the easy takeaway from this episode was that it's always more important things in life than just yourself. And Sinclair decided to make Christmas special for all of them because of the way Christmas has started out for them and the fact that she cared, you know, and wanted to see their Christmas go in a different direction. Even though she couldn't purchase Regina a real Corvette, the toy Corvette did just fine. And then with Max, the Nutcracker tickets. You were in the Nutcracker and, showing appreciation and showing that I cared and I'm listening and I heard you, and I don't far as Kyle, I think she just did a handmade gift because he mentioned that he celebrate Kwanzaa and they do handmade gifts versus purchase gifts. So and then with Overton, he said he wanted to watch The Little Elf That Could, but he was going to be working and he was so busy that he couldn't catch a taping of it or watch it. And I think Kyle said something happened to the taping of it anyway. So, and then with Khadijah, she wanted to always put a starfish on the tree, but her mama wasn't having it. So it's like Sinclair listened to everybody and what everybody wanted and what everybody was missing, what everybody needed. And she listened to them and she made it a point to get them what they desired and make sure that they had a good Christmas. All the while, none of them gave a damn about her and what she wanted, which was a simple night of fun with her friends before everybody left to go to their families for Christmas. And it just goes to show that sometimes you can do the littlest things for people and it gets overlooked if it's not the big joy. And only time that they recognize it is when guilt eats at them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I took from the episode is that they all felt some type of guilt, so that is why those gifts meant something to them. Not saying that they wouldn't have meant that it shouldn't have meant nothing to them outside of guilt, but that's why it really meant something to them because they felt guilty. Here it is. All she asked from us for Christmas is to hang out with her for one night, having a great time. And none of us could do that. Because honestly, what Overton went to go do, he was going to be right back. Because obviously he was in the apartment when he got done. So obviously he was coming right back. But with Kyle, Max, Khadijah, and Regine, not even Khadijah, because Khadijah wasn't gonna leave either until everybody else left. Um, but with Kyle, Maxine, and Regine, the reason why they left was selfish. Because sorry, my ears itching. But because with Khadijah though, she did ask Sinclair, "Do you want to go? You want to go with me, cuz?" And she was like, "Hell no." But with the other three, their reasons for leaving was kind of selfish. Kadeem and Overton, not so much. They just didn't want to sit in the house. Well, not they, but Khadijah just didn't want to sit in the house being bored. So she was like, "We might as well go and party with the other people," because she already knew they was having a good time. And Sinclair was like, "Nah, I'm cool," because she didn't want to hang out with them. She wanted to hang out with her people. And like I said, Overton and Khadijah, I give them a pass because they didn't have any intentions on leaving. But Kyle, Max, and Regine all were selfish. All of them were selfish. Because Maxine could have just had Max stay at the party. You know what I'm saying? And then Kyle, he came with a bogus excuse as to why he needed to go to work. He could have stayed there. He did not have to go to work. Talking about the stock market about to open in China or close in China or something he said. Boy, the hell out of here. But I don't know. Christmas is meant to be a jolly time and I guess a time for you to spend with your family and, you know, exchange gifts, I guess. But I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I have never really cared for holidays. I always felt like it was a gimmick an excuse to be nice to loved ones. I feel like that a lot of times people who celebrate Christmas with each other, some of them celebrate the holidays with their family because it really means something to them, and then other people just do it to show off. And I think that's why I have a love-hate relationship with the holidays. And it's also a bittersweet thing for me too, because the holidays are really rough um for me. I get very overwhelmed, I get very anxious, I get very sad and discomfort during the holidays, just because there's people who I would love to celebrate the holidays with, but I can't because they're no longer here. So it could be I'm impartial to the holidays because of that, but I just despise when I see people only want to celebrate the good parts of their life. You know, people love to showboat on the holidays. That's why, I really don't like purchasing gifts. I'd rather just spend time with you, but I get part of the holiday tradition is to purchase gifts. So there's that. Excuse me. But no, I am not a big fan of holidays. Never have been. I got called a Grinch at work because I had said I really can care less for holidays. I got called a Grinch. But I just prefer to spend time with my family. And yes, I know y'all thinking, well, if you don't care about the holidays, why are you dressed up in Christmas stuff? Well, it's a Christmas episode, so ho 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 ho. But no, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the holidays. It's a sad time. But it's happy for most people. But yeah, if you're celebrating the holidays for the right reasons, with the right people, at the right time, then you're doing it right. But if you're just celebrating Christmas just so you can get gifts, you're doing it wrong. Lead with love, and love shall lead. Sorry about that. But yeah, lead with love, and love shall lead. I have been your host, Tay Nicole, and this has been another episode of Real Talk with Tay, TV Shows Edition. And we have just did a recap of Living Single, Season 1, Episode 15. I hope you guys are having a beautiful Christmas. And yes, we still have an episode, a regular Friday episode dropping tomorrow. And next week, we are back to taking requests. So do me a favor. Drop your request in the comments on this video and tomorrow's video. And you may see your episode featured on next week. Until always and forever, be blessed. Oh, that didn't make no sense. Let me rewrite that. Until next time, I want you to always be blessed, be peaceful, and be loved. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's to all. Peace out. Merry Christmas.